Bucs, go Bucs. Go Bucs, go Bucs. Go Bucs, go Bucs. Go Bucs, go Bucs. First and goal, gotta tough it out, get in the end zone and call a hot route. O-line a beat, right down the street, and have Humphreys run right underneath. You know it's Bucs ball, we got the hardest D. Bring the pressure to the QB, you know it's routine, we got hard grease. Welcome to Tampa with the return. Go Bucs, go Bucs. Reppin' for my team. Go Bucs, go Bucs. You know we want the ring. Go Bucs, go Bucs. Welcome to the Bay. Go Bucs, go Bucs. Tune in with Buccaneer Blade. Bucs back, we can run and toss. Mike Evans looking like Randy Moss. And Jameis making play after play. On the defense, you can't stop Levante. On my boy McCoy, who you can't avoid. At the Raymond James, you about to feel the pain. If you a Bucs fan, make a lot of noise. If you a Bucs fan, make a lot of noise. Go Bucs.
2, 1. Welcome back. We are officially back now. Up and rolling. A lot's been going on for me. Getting a lot of stuff rolling. Getting the website back. Yeah, Dave, I'm back. Getting the website rolling. Getting all that stuff going. My trademark name and all this other stuff going on now. I appreciate you guys hanging around. But let's get it rolling. So, welcome back to the show, Buck and Blake Sports, with your host, Mr. Buccaneer Blake himself. I want to, go down for the guys that I'm affiliated with: Robot Boy, Nuke Boy, Preval Production, Robinson Productions, Jeff Bowen, Joker Shadow. A lot of those guys help get these things rolling. If you guys missed today's broadcast, you can find it at www.buckandblakesports.com. You can find it there. It'll be on the front page for the stream that you missed. And I'll backlog all the other stuff on the videos and other stuff that's going on. I will post it there. There's a lot of older videos there right now as I was setting it up. Well, that's what I use just to set up everything. But pretty much the page is as it is for now, still tweaking it. But if you check out the website, it's there under buckandblakesports.com or niaarchie.com. All right, so where's my notes? Oh, you can also find me at Twitter, Buck and Blake, at Buck and Blake, or IG at Buck and Blake Sports. So let's go. Let's just start from the top. Let's just see where we left off at with the end of the season was the Super Bowl. It's either 2 words: disappointing or breathtaking. In my opinion, Falcons are in our division. I don't really hate any teams in our division, even though you're supposed to. Like I said, I'm a fan first and foremost, but I'd have to say in this Super Bowl, I have to say disappointing that you got that big of a lead and then you gave it up at the end of the game like that to go into overtime, and just basically your team just went disarray. Your defensive end that led the league in sack, I'm looking at you, Vic Beasley, that led the league in sacks, you gave up. You had no tackles the whole game. You were not a factor. So you were meaningful in all season and all games. I guess you can say that mattered, but in the biggest game of your life and of your career and of everybody else, you came away with a flat goose egg. That's terrible. The rookie, I think 97. Babineau, is it Babineau? I think it's Babineau anymore. That rookie, man, he had a monster game that game. But again, they came up short when the game was on the line and when you really needed to show up. I mean, that's both ends. That's just the defense. That's just offense, too. Like, what were we talking about, that third quarter? I said where they were in field goal range to go up 2 scores, you decided instead of running the ball, give or take, you get yards or you lose a yard. You're in field goal range, you settle for the 3, you go up 2 scores and make the Patriots beat you with 2 scores left under, 3 minutes or whatever it was in the game. You go back, you get sacked, knock yourself out of field goal range and forced to punt the ball. Man, that was just bad play calling. You can blame Aaron Rodgers, you can blame the players, you can blame whoever you want, but essentially it was the play calling. It was just terrible decisions, bad. Who do you think will rebound? The Patriots or the Falcons? Or both? Do you think both of them will possibly come back? Or do you think one will fall apart? I think, in my opinion, the way the history has shown, the Super Bowl, it's hard for teams to get back to a Super Bowl, except for the Patriots. Usually the Super Bowl loser kind of falls apart. The Falcons didn't really lose much in the offseason. They're going to gain players in the draft. They picked up Dontari Poe this offseason to help bolster the D-line. We'll see how that works. It's a 1-year, $10 million deal. That's strictly for the Super Bowl run. They're trying to win now. I see what they're doing. We'll see what happens in the draft if they give up some picks and move up. Let's see what happens. What the Falcons are going to do this offseason. The Patriots, they acquired a receiver, dumped Malcolm Butler, and gained Stephon Gilmore. Patriots always like one good corner, and then the rest can fill in. It's a systematic thing. Gilmore stayed in the division, went from Buffalo and went to New England, and now he's going to be playing on a Super Bowl contending team. I mean, kudos to him. I mean, you're playing on the lackluster Bills your entire career, and then you decide to go over to a team that's been beating you behind your entire career. I mean, I can't really be mad at you. It's a business decision. Win now while you're young, I guess. Well, I think, did I answer that question? No, I said the Falcons, I think, will fall apart. I think they're want to win right now, so like back to back, I don't think it's going to happen. I think the little egos are going to get in the way. I think with the success is going to kind of hurt them a little bit. Players are going to get a little beside themselves and think that they're above the team and above everybody else. That's my opinion. Patriots it'll be business as usual. What is your prediction for this year's draft? I have one. It's give me a second. Where did I put it at? I have a mock draft. It's on buckandblakesports.com. I haven't posted, but let me read it to you. I have, in round 1, at first I didn't have him there, but somebody made a good point. If Deshaun Jackson loses any time due to injury, then we'll be right back at square one. No receivers with speed, and we have to just deal with what we got, forcing the ball to Mike Evans, unless, you go another direction and get another playmaker with speed. But I had to say to go with John Ross, wide receiver from Washington. I was kind of turned off by him by the draft when he hurt himself running the 40-yard dash. I don't know, it just seems in this league like when you pick up speed guys, they tend to get hurt a lot. Rashard Perriman, players like Pierre Garcon, the little quick guys that just seem to get injured. Like Bucs, we kept trying to find players that have speed and that can stretch the field for us, but they just seem to just can't stay healthy. The Kenny Bells of the world and stuff like that. And it's just weird how it turns out that way. But yeah, I mean, I get what the guy said. If Jackson goes down, we'll be right back to square one. No speed, no deep threat. We'll be right back where we were. Hopefully this time we acquire a running game that would help, dilute that a little bit. And if that's not there, you go David Njoku, Miami receiver. Miami tight end. He came in as a receiver to Miami, but a little size, turned to tight end, much like Greg Olsen. Exactly. Greg Olsen played at Miami. Same exact scenario. That's why these guys are good pass catchers. We go to the second round. Get your Obi Melifonwu from Connecticut and Buda Baker to help assure the safety position since Bradley McDougall decided to go to Seattle and play backup. That's fine. Best of luck to him. He's a receiver coming out of Kansas. Was teammates with Chris Harris. I don't think he was there with Aqib Talib, but Aqib Talib and Chris Harris were teammates at Kansas. Third round, I believe, to go Marlon Mack out of USF, a little speed back. Zay Jones out of ECU, great hands receiver out of ECU. Wouldn't be surprised if they moved up and got him. I'm still not mad if we pick up the receiver from Western Kentucky, that our old receivers coach is head coaching that team now and turning that program around. I wouldn't be mad to see that either. Corey Davis, I believe. Fourth round, a receiver that we like, which I think we probably will get, is Josh Reynolds out of Texas A&M. Have another tech. He's the thing they like about him is his catching radius. It's always the word catching radius. He has such a great catching radius, and it seems to be the thing in this league that you can go up and get high balls or stretch out and make catches instead of short arm stuff. You can reach out and come get it. And the fit and my favorite, Tanoy Massanan out of Villanova, defensive end, 6'7". We made comments before. Our coaching staff has made comments before we want to get big across the D line. You got 6'7" players like William Golston and I'm having a brain fart right now. Will Golston, Gerald McCoy. Gerald's 6'4", 6'5", trying to get in players around that 6'6", 6'7" range. And bolster the D line, get in the way of passing lanes, and I think he'll do that because he's 6'7". So I think a couple sleeper picks too out of this draft. UNC guys that I've watched. Ryan Switzer, again, I told you Ryan Switzer knows how to get open. He can fix the punt return, kick returning game, and Mac Holland was another receiver who was much like Mike Evans, big receiver, wore 13 at UNC. Shame he got hurt near the end of the year, but it is what it is. Moving on, I don't want to say too much on one topic. Brady making the statements that he wants to play 6 or 7 more years. Do I really think this is possible? Yeah. In this league, it could happen. Brady's the only guy that can point at the ref and make him throw a flag too, so I can't really argue with that. But I mean, the man will almost be what? In his mid-40s. He's 40, almost 40 now. I mean, we'll see what happens. He'll be the first that I know of. I don't know. So I have to see who the oldest guy was. Can't be too much older than the active starting quarterback. They had to be him. And just won a Super Bowl, and the team looks like it got better. Well, we'll see what happens. Yeah, this is crazy. Like I said, Tom Brady been playing forever, and it still looks like he can still play forever. Arm's still good. I'm gonna tell you what it comes down to. It's gonna come down to injuries. Much like Kurt Warner, I think Kurt Warner would have played another year had he not thrown that interception and decided to make the costly error of making the tackle and got straight leveled. And at that moment, that's when he was like, all right, that's it. You don't want to get hit like that anymore. Your bones just in all disarray by a big 300-plus lineman at full speed. It kind of makes you think a little. You want to play with your kids later. You want to hang out with your wife and do stuff with her. And I think that kind of changes your mind when you get mollywopped like that. And I think that's what happened with Kurt Warner, was after that pick he threw and it got leveled. And the Super Bowl loss to the Steelers in Tampa, kind of put a hurt piece on him. But it is what it is. Will the beast mode return? It keeps coming rumors. I think he's going to miss the offseason. I think he's going to miss the offseason and show up and around the season times. A lot of the players that want to retire, they don't get on during the off season. They want to get on at past that, just go straight into preseason and all that stuff, like getting into routine practices, do those 2 a day, 3 a day, staying in the hotels and all that. What's going on, Phil? Audio's good? Is the audio good, Phil? They going into camp doing 2 days, 3 a day, spending all the time doing that. When you get up there at that age, you don't want to do that anymore. It's like more of the young guys that want to do that. They don't. Oh, thank you. I wanted to make sure. I think it's the young guys that want to do that. They don't want to spend 2 a days and 3 a days like that. and they want to miss and like do acting and all that stuff or finish school or whatever it is they do, they don't tend to want to go to training camp. They just don't want to do that. What's up, Cuzzo? What up? Well, speaking of Phil, the Cowboys, I don't know, will they relapse? Will they keep moving forward? When offensive line got shaken up, Ronald Leary's not there no more, so I guess DeLay Collins will have to step in. I think Doug Free retired. Did I hear that somewhere correctly? I should have double checked before I even asked that, but I think Doug Free might be talking about hanging it up. He's still talking about practice. We talking about practice, not a game. We talking about practice. Where I lost train of thought. Cowboys. You think they're gonna move forward, or you think they're gonna move backwards? I don't know. You know, my distaste for the Cowboys and Jerry Jones. It's hard to say, man. They're still trying to fix their defense, which they should. They tried to pick up Jalen Smith from Notre Dame, which I'm thinking that's a failed project. They picked him up from Notre Dame, and he hurt his knee, and he's just never played, never shown any progress that I've seen that would bring him back to the player that everybody thought he was. But we'll see what it is. They're still dealing with the Tony Romo incident. As I told you before, Jerry Jones does not want to let go to Tony Romo. He had no intentions of Dak Prescott starting. There was no intentions of Dak Prescott to have this kind of success early. And to still want to hang on to Tony Romo with that massive contract is yet another slap in Dak Prescott's face for being successful with the team. Granted, I'm gonna go two sides and play devil's advocate again here. You can't ride all on the QB after 1 year success. Like, that's it. So the stamp on him. He's going to have to deal with adversity too when the team has injuries, when the team's down, when the team's not already ready for you to walk in. That line was built. You got the best running back in the draft. You had a franchise receiver. You had pretty much all the pieces laid out for you from the get-go. And he stepped in and played well. I liked Dak Prescott. I really did. And it just hurts my heart that he's wearing a star. But it is what it is. We'll just see what it is. Since they're America's team, it's just sometimes they make third world decisions. America's team, but they make third world decisions. I'm going to quote that somewhere. You America's team, but you make third world decisions. Omari, you missed out on the Falcons session. I didn't bash him. I just said it was poor play calling around when the time was on the line with the decision to not settle for the 3 points instead of, I don't know, going for the touchdown when you didn't need it. They had to get 2 scores, and you had to go against time. So I thought that was a pretty poor decision on the coaching staff. Matt Ryan probably could have audibled to a run, but you do what you're told. You gotta live with the decision. You're getting paid to play, so yeah. I just have a question. You're a Falcon fan, right? And I'm not sure how much is a lag between me asking you these questions and you responding. But what would you say boils down to that Super Bowl? Would you say it's disappointing, or would you say it's breathtaking? Which one do you think it is? I'm going to project what you're saying because when I post this, everybody is not going to be able to see your comment. What's up, Dawn? Jamaica in the building. Rude girl now. Slow wine with it. I'm back for the first time. It's so funny. Back for the first time. Again, typing all along, Omar, I'm trying to get it. Would you say it's disappointing, or would you say it's breathtaking? That's the 2 words I have in the Super Bowl. I told you, I said it was disappointing than breathtaking, because that game was more about disappointing, brother. You know me. What's the point? I'm going if you're not going to win at all. How to answer that? I'm not going to say that the Falcons did not perform at a high level, at a high caliber level. They did. They gave everything they got. They fired at all cylinders. You had the team on their heels. You was on your toes. You was one step ahead of them. But I think, how I want to word this, you have a young team. I think the modern era got to them. And what I mean by that is, you took for granted. That seems to be the word in this era today. We all take things for granted. You took that 28-point lead for granted. You thought nothing else could happen to it. Not saying you, I'm just speaking as if I'm talking to the Falcons. I think you thought it was going to be handed to you. And they went up and just took it from you. They took it from you, snatched the rug right under your feet, and you fell on your ass looking up at them as he ate your cookies in front of you. Yeah. I think the players got conservative. You let off the gas. I told you Vic Beasley, no stats, no sacks, no tackles the entire game. Excuse me. led the league in sacks and recorded no stats in the Super Bowl. It's unacceptable. And it was sad for the city of Atlanta, state of Georgia, to go all that way and just finish the same way you did against the Broncos in the 90s with the Dirty Bird was created. Made me sick to my stomach, bro. I think it hurt you because you were talking so much trash, and then the world got the chance to laugh back at you. That's what I told you. I was like, you can't do that and then go back and then hide when it's your turn to be lashed. Willard was at Shooters next to the TV show. Hey, yeah. And you can't hide. You gotta face it up front. You gotta beat them to the point before they beat you to it. In the future, if you ever decide to toss trash after every game live on the internet, you gotta beat them to it. You gotta talk trash to you about yourself and what you said before they do. That's how you kill them. Because the world, everybody wants to get, hey, not so much that I can't take the BS. From Brady made the whole team look bad, made a ancient man look like a legend. But you have to beat them to the point. I'm doing rambling now. I've got through everything I needed to say. It's just a little rusty getting back into this, but I'm gonna post this, guys. Omari Phil. Check out my website, buckandblakesports.com. Blogs will be there. Comment, show some love on there, and leave a good conversation that's brought up in the groups. And I just want to see what everybody's opinion is and all that. But I'm gonna end this as we always do. You're the master of everything. What you do with your life, what you do with it is entirely up to you. Thank you, guys. God bless. Y'all be safe out there. To everybody who knows me and those who don't know me, yeah, you will. You'll see me on here. You guys take it easy.
And we still East Coast. Yeah. Whoa. You already know it's good morning. This Snoop boy scaring niggas like a Ouija board. Seeing is believing, honestly, I can't see you boys. Best of the bait, I roll up and blow my verses away. They wanna know how I do it, they've been lurking for days. Still haven't figured a nigga out. Smoking out on the couch with real niggas, man, I feel like a scout. Cause all I do is trap bitches, train them up for you niggas. They come back every day and say they done with you niggas. I talk a lot of shit, but mean it in the best way. I don't fuck with you niggas, I read you like an x-ray. I can see a lot of bitch in you from your display. Watch the nuke drop from above versus DK. Your body like Miley Cyrus, nobody's a zombie virus. Mind you, I'm just a pirate, smoking get high like pilots. Man, a couple grand, I bury them in the sand. Son of Saddam, I'm bombing on niggas like it's Iran. Swoosh, yeah. I feel like Nike gave me a deal. I'm on the road, just cruising like four wheels. I'm a flywheel made of indestructible steel. My power can't be controlled. I'm undertaking your soul. My chokehold sick like catching a cold. Got that medication, good weed, will redefine gravitation. OG. I take off with no hesitation. I'm stacking up while you hating. And most of women love me like fornication. I feel I'm real. I was on 22nd and late with the spill and some more. Saw the cops had to go. 40 seconds later, niggas rolled up, said you know. Snub nose to my dome, I was sweating the cold. Damn, I lost all my shit. My girl said get a grip, I lost all my grip. No hooks, nigga, look, if you leave your shit, I'ma take what you left, my 16s or this. It don't take much just to get your chick to strip, but that's another story. Had her on them blues, now I call her Dory. I'm on the corner with a 40 in a new category, it's new. Blow up the city and rebuild it. TV fitted, you know I killed it. Saw the house, the shit just got real and we just filmed it.